The most daring fashion week ever. Coming to Toronto. We'll talk about it on BT.
The brand new casino Pickering.
Yes.
You know who's performing there?
Brian Adams.
Yeah.
Summer 69.
Yeah.
Summer 69 is your favorite Brian Adams song?
Well, it's the one that's most memorable to me.
Everything I Do.
Oh, and then what was the one for you? Robin
That's
Hood.
Robin. That's it. That's
One of the biggest wedding songs in the history of wedding
Yes.
songs.
It's gotta be.
You do?
I just finished the lyric with you. What do you mean?
You knew it.
For you.
I do. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
It's just going
Let's play Stop Steph.
I just like that. No, I thought you were going to say another song. That's why I
No,
didn't
that
want-
one.
Okay.
Okay,
let's
well,
get-
I
this
am
is-
curious if you're going to be on the same page when it comes to this story. I don't know if you caught it. Pete Davidson, he was in New York City this weekend. He was at a Knicks game, and we know you're a celebrity. You're a familiar face. People want to get up and get close, get some pictures or whatnot, but this fan seemed to get a little bit too close for comfort. This happened as he was heading out of Madison Square Garden Sunday. He stopped to take some photos with a number of fans, as you see here, making his way through the crowd. Someone continued to follow him. You'll see gets very, very close to
Left side of
him.
your screen, you see
There
a
it is.
shove
Thank you
right
very
there,
much.
yeah.
A shove. So this man was constantly putting his arm around him. Pete was not having any more of it. So finally, he just pushed him out of the way. Now, the internet is a bit divided on if it was called for or not. Steph?
Well, I mean, he was getting right up and putting his own arm around him and getting up in his face and in his personal business. And I feel like, I mean, it was a little aggressive, but you saw him. He immediately backed off and moved away. So, like, mission accomplished. But it was, I'm confused on why the internet is divided, because I know you have fans and you should be grateful and all of that, but that doesn't mean it doesn't give you a right to encroach on someone's personal space.
You've been in a number of A-listers' personal space, but is there a time when you say, I got to give you that personal space?
I've been in atmospheres where you don't pull out your phone. You just know not to do that. And that situation isn't that. I think it's very different at the game. You see him posing for photos with everybody. But if you continue to physically touch someone, people have different feelings about this. People don't like handshakes, people don't like hugs, don't like that, and like you said, triggers and stuff like that. So I think he had the right to just be like, hey, get off me, dude. Like, he didn't give him a hard shove. He was just like, hey, this is enough. Because I feel like he already said something to this person. Wasn't the first time. And this wasn't like... This was an older gentleman, it looked like. You know what I mean? So it was kind of odd to me. Maybe the guy was drunk or whatever. It was the end of a
Knicks game.
Yeah.
I guarantee you.
Right?
Well.
Knicks fans, and he's a big-time Knicks fan. So for him to be able to, you had to really done something wrong there for him to be like, get off me. He's very laid back.
There was that little snippet that we saw, but we didn't see what happened before.
Right.
I have a feeling, based on the ferociousness of that shove, is that he told him, back away a couple times, and then was like, that's it, I'm done, back away.
I'm surprised it looked like he was by himself. Like, you know, I've been to sporting events and things like that. I usually have a group of friends with me that usually help some blocks and help as well. It looked like Pete Davidson was by himself there. Didn't look like he had any support around him. So, you know, why was he there by himself? That's the other question that I have.
Well, a lot of times when you are at those games, you're sitting courtside. You can't have seats for your security. They might be a few rows back or in
just
the tunnel.
a couple friends.
There's usually the one to friend's point. There's that one extra ticket if you're courtside, for sure. For sure.
But it looked like he was totally by himself there. And guaranteed the person was drunk. Guaranteed.
100%.
Yeah.
What I don't like about the criticism online is he's taking a selfie with someone else in the middle of that. So what, like the argument you're trying to make that he's being a jerk, he's actually being very nice to somebody in the moment and taking a selfie. And Johnny, I've known you for 20 years, comes over and throws an arm around. No. I'm like, I'm kind of with you on that. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with how that interaction went.
If Pete Davidson was a female, and then you put this situation here, and there was someone constantly putting their arm around them, would our conversation be different? I think everyone would be like, you don't touch her. Just because he's a male, like that's still his personal space, right? You're still getting in his personal space, whether they're a celebrity or not. If they said, don't touch me, don't touch me. So is anyone on the side of the
I will say, Pete Davidson walking through a Knick crowd, you are kind of leaving yourself a little open.
You're right. You should have had somebody with you in circumstance. I want to say this. I want to shout out somebody because, again, depending on the environment that you're in is when you should or should not say hello to certain people. gentleman by the name of Tyrone sends me a DM. And we deal every now and then, just like commenting on stuff. Sends me a DM yesterday and saying, "Hey, that was me in the gray hoodie at the bathroom at Pearson Airport. But that was the first time I've seen you in person, and I did not want to say anything because everybody deserves to have personal space." That to me was the most respectful thing possible. I come off a flight, you're in the bathroom, you know what I mean? So, and yeah, he was just like,
so Canadian.
he was like, I wanted to say hi so badly because I've never met you to watch the show.
But that's the proper thing.
Yeah.
More VT
That was
after
really
this.
cool. So
That's the proper thing to do, though.
Yeah.
That was really
It is.
Because you and I have been in the opposite spot of that.